Hello, Virgo. This is your reading for the week of April 20th, or when you hear it, it resonates, and it will not be for every Virgo. So, Virgo, the first thing that I saw as I was starting to work with your energy, Spirit dropped in this image of this little tiny plot of earth that my mother was trying to grow those long green shallots, onions, green onions, when I was a kid. And we were up north, and it was fairly cold, late into the season, and there was very little sunlight on this piece of property, which was forested and did not have a lot of direct light. And she found this one little patch that got X amount of hours a day, and she planted it there. And very little came up. And I see you standing there looking at this, and you're pulling out one of the shallots, and it's kind of limp. And there's just this sense of disappointment for you, and not just disappointment, but distaste at the fact that after all of this, this is all you get. Virgo, what you're being told here, my dears, is that if you've gone through several things that you have tried to grow, bring to fruition, nurture yourself with, whatever, and they have not come up, it has not come up, it can really move you into an energy of hopelessness. And, you know, often hopelessness carries with it, it's a very heavy energy. And often it presupposes that change is not possible. And certainly if you've had the same kind of experience again and again, that's the inclination to expect the same problem. But you're being told, no. Let that opinion go. Let that thought go. You're being told here, you have the ability to, with a kindness, with a kind energy, with the kind of energy that is expansive, you can actually learn how to understand what it is you really want to grow. Because that might have been one of the problems. What it is you really want to grow. And in order to do that, be able to breathe and let yourself get in touch with the feelings that you have around whatever this situation is. And about what you would have liked, what you were expecting. And just allow yourself to kind of open it up a little bit to look at this. Because the reality is, if it's not what you want to grow, if it's not really genuinely what you want to grow, if it's something that you are growing because somebody else has told you you should be growing it, that's not the best reason to do it. Unless you're really 100% committed to what you're growing, it's not going to have what it needs in order to really grow. So obviously, if we're talking about something in your life rather than onions or actual farming, you're being asked to really check in. If you did want this to grow and to be nurtured, what in the environment was not right? Was it not getting enough light? Was it not getting enough water? Was it not getting enough nourishment? And all of those things come by the way you hold your energy around what it is you want to create. And it's also being able to step in and look at the environment and say, what's not working with this environment? If I genuinely want this thing or to create this situation, what in my environment now is stopping my mind and my heart from actually investing the energy in that? And investing the energy in that by simply holding it with your heart and your mind and your intention. So you're being reminded that you have many great qualities, and many of them that you're not even aware of. So you're being asked to check in with that. And part of what you can do in order to help magnetize the things to you that you do want to grow, so part of what you can do in order to maintain the energy around this is to remind yourself before you deal with any aspect of it, allow yourself to tune into your core. And even if you don't know, even if you can't really feel the grounded center of your being as you're doing this, and you're not sure whether or not you're on the right track, you can, in that moment, allow yourself to remember you have a power that is greater than you realize, that you have a higher conscious being that is involved in everything, that your beautiful ego and your personality has served you and is continuing to serve you and has the capacity to grow. because it's also a part of your divine self. So you're being asked, remember all of these things and allow them to just bubble up around you and know that they're in your energy, whether or not you feel them or not, and let that be your lead energy into anything that you are working to nourish and to create. Trust that you have what it takes and that you will be guided to it. Instead of sticking with your rigid idea around, it has to be this, it has to be like that, all these things have to be exactly right. Maybe not, because maybe that's an old formula that you thought you needed to function on. And now this is giving you the opportunity to really genuinely operate at a higher level in terms of how you manifest, how you choose what you're manifesting, and how you go about doing it. Okay? Virgo, I leave you with that. This to me is just a continuation of you moving, gaining momentum towards the freedom to really choose to be your best self in every situation and to love yourself in every situation. And then your garden is going to grow. I leave you with that, Virgo. Take care.